بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome dear students. This is Miss Layla Al-Jihani. Inshallah, today we will finish and continue our unit 1, check our lifestyles. Today, inshallah, we will cover lesson 11, writing. If we can recall what we have taken last class, we finished the project. I'm sure you did the project. As what we did last class, we designed the questionnaire. We designed the questions to ask about frequency of habits. Also, we wanted to know the duration of daily routines. And I'm sure you gave it to your friends, you collected the data, and also you reported the data to your friends. You verbally tell them the results of your data. Today, inshallah, in the writing, we will do it written. We will report the data in writing, okay? So, inshallah, by the end of our lesson today, you will employ pronouns and possessive adjectives to write cohesive and understandable sentences. Your sentences to be understandable, we will use pronouns and possessive adjectives, okay? Also, we will write the results, as I said, the results of our questionnaire, the results of it, the survey we did, we will write it together, okay? So, before we start, I want you to look at these sentences. I will read it and then tell me what is the problem with these sentences. Muhammad is a student. Muhammad is 16 years old. Muhammad sometimes play football. Muhammad like basketball. Muhammad's favorite food is pizza. When I say Muhammad, it's a repeated word. When you repeat your words like this, Muhammad, 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 your writing will be weak. You have to use other words to replace Muhammad. These words, we call it pronouns. We have to use pronouns to replace it to make our writing more cohesive, more understandable. Okay? Let's look at these two statements. I will read the first one and then I will read the second one. And then you will tell me which one you like more than the other. Football is popular because football is fun. Football has simple rules, so football is easy to learn. When I repeat football, 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 it becomes boring. It becomes a bit confusing for the listener and for the reader. So let's see the next one. Football is popular because it is fun. It has simple rules, so it is easy to learn. So we replace the word football with the pronoun it. It became much more understandable for all of it, right? So we use the pronouns to avoid repeating the same words, to make our writing to become more understandable for all of us. So the listener and the reader will understand what do you mean. Because if you say football, 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 it becomes a bit confusing for the reader. Read this one. Read it together. Yalla, let's read it. This is my friend Amal. Amal is standing next to Amal's brother Umar. Confusing, right? Umar is showing off Umar's boxing gloves. Amal and Umar are with Amal and Umar's parents. This is Muna's puppy. Do you like the puppy's house? These are some of Umar, Muna, and Amal's friends. Now tell me about your family. When you read it like this, did you understand it? It's confusing. Umar, Amal, Muna, and it's repeated a lot. It's a bit confusing. So let's read it here, okay? This is my friend Amal. Amal is standing next to her brother Umar. Umar is showing off his boxing gloves. They are with their parents. This is my new puppy. Do you like its house? These are some of our friends. Now tell me about your family. We use these possessive adjectives instead of saying Amal's, Muna's, Umar's. You replace it to show that this is yours, okay? This is my pen. This is his pen. This is her pen, if she's a girl. This is their pen. This is our pen. This is your pen, if I'm talking to you, okay? We use our, your, my, their, and his and her to replace something belongs to us, to replace repeating the names over and over to make our writing more understandable. If you can open your books, page 10, please. Don't look at the top of the page. Under the table, we will look at it later, inshallah. Under it, you have writing corner. Okay, let's look at the writing corner. Cohesion is important in writing. Cohesion means the way sentences link together. Cohesion means you have to link your sentences in an understandable way. You have to make it had to make sense. You have to understand it when you read it. Because if you repeat the names, it wouldn't be that understandable for the reader and for the listener, okay? One way to make writing more cohesive is to use pronouns like he, excellent, she, it, they. These are adjectives. It can be subjective. These are pronouns. It can be subjective pronouns and it can be objective pronouns. Also, you can use possessive adjective like the previous slide. My, your, his, her, excellent. These are possessive adjectives, okay? So number one, pronouns and possessive adjective link ideas in a sentence. They link your ideas in an understandable way. Teenagers who play a sport say they often become friends with their teammates. So instead of saying teenagers, 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 we replaced it with the pronouns and possessive adjectives. Excellent. We use the possessive adjectives and the pronouns. Number two, pronouns help avoid repeating the same word or words. Instead of repeating, you replace it. Like here, instead of saying football, 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 you say football is popular because it is fun, it has simple rules, so it is easy to learn. So it here, all of these, they are referring to football. 3. Pronouns can refer to one word or a group of words. The pronouns, they can replace multi-words, not only singular words. They don't replace, like if we remember the previous example. Instead of saying Amal's and Umar's parents, you said their parents. So like their, you are referring to more than one word. Yes? Playing a team sport is beneficial because it keeps young people in shape and teaches them about cooperation. Them, they are referring to young people. It, they are referring, so it can, the it and them and their, they can refer to more than one subject or an object in the sentence. So it's replaced more than one word, okay? Now look at your book, the exercise underneath the writing corner. Underneath it, you have this exercise B. Look back at the reading, page 8. So he wants you to refer to page 8. Instead of referring, we will do it here together, okay? So please bear with me here. What do the pronouns or adjectives refer to. He has some adjectives and pronouns. He wants to know what do they refer to. Originally, they are referring to whom? What is the subject? What is the word or words, group of words they are referring to? Okay? Let's see the first one here together. Okay? We have them in line 14. I put here a paragraph to make it easier, but you can follow in your book. They are asking about them here in the last line. So they want to know them. They are referring to what? Cell phones are definitely part of today's youth culture. 95% of US teens have access to a smartphone, and soon over 60% of kids ages 8 to 12 will have them. When they say will have them, what did they mean? Them, what does it mean? If we want to replace it with a word, which word? They are referring to what? Excellent. They are referring to cell phones. So we will highlight it. So they are referring to cell phones. Them here, it refers to cell phones. Let's see number 2. There in line 21. Here, it's bolded here, you can see it. Usually, when you look for the word it refers to, don't look after the pronoun or after the possessive adjective. You have to look before, because usually the noun or the word, it is mentioned before the pronoun or the possessive adjective, okay? So we have to look before it. That's why I posted this paragraph. The majority of cell phones usage is for text messages. American teenagers send and receive 67 text messages per day. On average, heavy users considerably more. They often become irritated when other people don't respond to their messages quickly. Their messages. Who is he referring to? He's talking about whom? Is he talking about the majority of people or American teenagers? Read it. Understand it. What are they referring to? Excellent. They are referring to heavy users. The heavy users of cell phones, they are the one who get upset if no one responds to them, right? Yes. So let's see number 3. They in line 28. It's here. Okay, let's read it together. However, when they were examined, the frequent users were not found to be clinically depressed. That is, they were not actually in a state of depression that was severe enough to require medical help. Are they referring to all teenagers? So are we looking here after they or before? Yes, we are looking before. So look at the words that it might replace. Here we have they were examined, the frequent users. So the only reasonable answer will be frequent users. They are talking about the frequent users. Okay? This is number 3. Let's see number 4 together. Okay. Who here? As I said, we look before. The researcher who conducted the study said the young people may be unhappy because of a problem in their lives or anxious about their social status. So who here is referring to whom? The researcher who conducted the study. Who is referring? Yes, to the researcher. We always look before. Excellent. Let's see number 5. There, here. The researcher who conducted the study said the young people may be unhappy because of a problem in their lives or anxious about their social status. So there, here refers to, does it refer to the researcher? No, It refers to what? Excellent. The young people. It refers to the young people and their lives. 6, they. For teenagers, cell phones are not just objects for communication. They are extensions of themselves. So they here, it refers to, excellent, teenagers. It refers to teenagers. The last one here, 7, themselves. It's in the same line, the same part after they. For teenagers, cell phones are not just objects for communication. They are extensions of themselves. They are tools for keeping in touch. Themselves. This is a possessive adjective referring to whom? Excellent, the teenagers again. It refers to the teenagers again. Now look at this exercise. Read it. Try to replace, put the correct pronoun or possessive adjective. Try to think about pronouns and possessive adjective. Which one you think will work better in these to fill in these blanks? Please pause the video and take your time to answer these questions. Then we will do it together. Okay, look at the answers. Complete the text with suitable pronouns. Teenagers in my country are obsessed with what? Their computers. The majority of them spend an average of 2 to 3 hours a day on the computer. 3, they regularly surf the internet to learn about things that interest them, and they sometimes use it to do research for school. Young people also frequently communicate through social media like Twitter and Facebook. They say that it or this both can work. If you use it or this, it's correct. Is a great way to keep in touch with their friends. There are other teenagers who just prefer to play video games. For teenagers, the computer is a tool for learning and a means of communication, but most of all, it is simply entertaining. This is how it made it more sense when we use the pronouns. Everything is coming together, understandable way. When you use suitable pronouns and possessive adjectives. Okay. Now for your homework, what I want you to do is write a report about one or more of the most common habits and pastimes among young people in your country. We will not use it for our country. We will make it simple, our class, okay? Sorry, we will make it in our class, okay? Do you remember the survey we did before? We reported verbally. Now we will use the same survey and convert it to writing, okay? Change it to a writing. Use the information from the survey we did. Remember to use adverbs of frequency and pronouns to make your writing more cohesive, more understandable, okay? This is the questionnaire we did last class. You have it all in front of you, all the questionnaires, all the answers. Yalla, we have to report it. خلاص? Use the table in your, on page 10 on the top. We will use the table there. You have the habit, and you have how often and how long, okay? For example, we will start with, for example, watching TV. Now we did the survey, right? So we will say watching TV. Watching TV. طيب how often? أنت check. We did the study on how many students. يلا, how many students in your class? You have how many papers? Let's say around 30. We will say 30 students. Okay, we have 30 students. طيب, watching TV. How often did your classmates watch TV? Look at it. Did they all say always? Did they say sometimes? You can say 20, not all of them, 20 students always watch TV. And 10, they said, 10 students, they said they rarely, for example. Okay? So how long? We will go to the how long. Watching TV, how long do they spend? The ones who said always. How long do they spend watching TV? You will say, for example, maybe 15 of them, they said 3 hours. Okay? And you will say 10 of them said 1 hour. And you can say 5 of the students said 0 hours. I don't spend time. So you have to report it. You have to convert it. You have to use this table and change the data, the information you gathered, the results, and put it in the table. This table, if you fill it out, all of it, it will help you, inshallah. Sorry. It will help you make an understandable way of writing. So you will start with the first one, then you will move on to the second. Then at the end, you will find yourself writing 1 paragraph. This is what I want you to do as a homework, to write 1 paragraph reporting your result. You're not writing something from your mind. You will use the papers in front of you. You will use the results in front of you, okay? Write an understandable statement. You have to keep in mind that you write an understandable statement. It has to be cohesive. Use frequency, adverbs of frequency. Use possessive adjectives. Use pronouns to make it very understandable for everyone. Also, you have to do an extra homework, page 94, okay, which this will be your homework. So if we want to recall what we have covered, we covered that we did some exercises to practice how pronouns refer to maybe one word or word or more than one word to make it more understandable, make your writing more cohesive. Also, we have looked at how to change your data, your papers, your survey into a table, then to convert it to a writing, inshallah. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you for listening and good luck.